guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Scarlett here today, and if you are new, hit the subscribe button down below so you do not miss a future upload. And today's video is going to be another carpenters related video. So I'm just on a carpenters kick. I know I usually talk about like a bunch of artists in general, or like ABBA is my main focus, but I want to go back to my roots of why I fell in love with the 70s. So today I'm going to be ranking the Carpenters Now and Then album from 1973. So I broke it into two categories. I broke it down into like the full songs, so like Yesterday Once More, This Masquerade, I Can't Make Music, and then I did a second ranking. I can't even speak because I'm so excited to talk about this album, with the covers from the 60s. So without further ado, let's just see how I ranked the songs. Okay, so the way I broke this ranking down is into two sections. So I put all like the regular like full length songs. So I know Yesterday Once More is on the B side of where the medley of hit oldie starts, but I put it in the first section just because they're the full length songs. So here's Now and Then. If you guys don't know or don't remember what it looks like, it's Karen and Richard's, is it Ferrari? I don't know what type of car this is. I'm not a car girly. And this is the Newville house in Downey, California. This is where they lived for the longest time. So about 75, 76 before they both moved out. And then, of course, you know, Karen's condo. Richard, I think, had a house somewhere in between all this mix. But this is the cover. This is my favorite album. So if I remember when I'm post editing this, please, future me, remember to put a picture of me from 2016 somewhere here. I did a video of like December favorites one year, or January favorites. I can't remember what it was. About 10 years ago. That video is not on my channel, but I'll give you guys a picture of it somewhere on the screen, and then like clip or whatever of it, because this is like, this album means so much to me. This album I remember specifically hunting for the longest time on vinyl. It is a gatefold album, so this is the whole, oh my gosh, like please, oh my gosh, I love it still so much to this day. So I'm gonna pull out the album. I'm trying to be very gentle. Also, I think this is kind of weird because it says CRC. It's like Carpenter's Richard Carpenter. I don't think that would have been his copy at all, but that'd be really funny if my hands ended up on that. So this is more a recent copy that I bought, to be honest, because my original copy is pretty worn. And the bottom was like all broken, like right here. The gatefold had literally fallen apart and had scotch tape on it for the longest time. Anyway, so here's the first side. So as you guys can tell, Yesterday Once More is not on this first side, but I included it in the first couple of, or the first like 6 songs I'm ranking. So this side is what I'm ranking, plus Yesterday Once More. So speaking of Yesterday Once More, at number 1 for the first side of the album, it is Yesterday Once More. This song makes me nostalgic. It makes me want to cry. Because as cheesy as it sounds, the Carpenters literally were my high school, middle school years. So hearing Yesterday Once More, it takes me back to when I first started listening to them when I was literally 14 years old. I had a very sophisticated taste. I literally have the soul of like a 75-year-old. Let's just be real here. So Yesterday Once More is my first favorite song off of the regular full-length songs. Now number 2 is their song, This Masquerade, their version of This Masquerade. Karen's vocals on this specific song makes me kind of really emotional. You can feel like, as young as she was, so she was like 22, 23 when she recorded this album. She had so much wisdom in her voice. It just blows my mind every time you think about how old she really was by the time like her untimely passing in 1983. She's only 32 years old when she passed away. And the songs she was singing were like songs that probably somebody that would have lived like 300 lifetimes by that point, like by the actual time, like 40s or 50s, would have actually been singing about. So number 2 is This Masquerade. I'm like holding this. This is like my favorite album. Then number 3 is their cover of, I think, Hank Williams Sr. originally sang the song, Jambalaya on the Bayou. I just love how quirky it is. I really wish I could have seen it live, because I've seen like, I mean in person, I think there's like a video floating around on the internet somewhere of them singing it, and her like little like yeehaws and like stuff into it. I love that live version so much. Number 4 is I Can't Make Music. How ironic that they decided to record this song, because literally like the lyrics are like, I can't make music, I can't make rhyme. Like these two, Richard and Karen, both together, they were a dynamic duo. So just kind of funny when you think about, they like, oh, let's record this song, and it's like, well, you guys can make music. So anyways, I thought that was a perfect choice for number 4. Now, of course, there's nothing wrong with this song. I love this song. Sing originally from Sesame Street, and then they did it for the Now and Then album. I would not pick to listen to this song just because I love their B-sides better, or like the hidden gems of any album that they do. So Sing's at number 5. And then number 6 is Heather. It's the instrumental on this album. Nothing wrong with it. I love Richard's arrangements. Like, oh my gosh, like amazing like orchestration or however you want to. I know he's like a producer and everything else. There's so many words to call Richard. Anyways, but Heather's at number 6. So without further ado, let's just go on to the fun side, talking about their medley of oldie hits. Okay, so let me pull the album back out. So we're gonna be talking. I've got an accent. We're gonna be talking about the fun side of the album. So I already ranked yesterday. It's more on the first side technically because I was ranking like the full length songs because the rest of the oldies are not full covers. So at number 1. I think ever since I was younger, and I was like trying to think about like how would 14-year-old me rank this album, and how would it compare to 24-year-old me. So still collectively, my favorite song off this entire album for the medleys is One Fine Day. You can tell how much fun Karen literally had singing these songs because these are songs that she sang when she was like probably 13 at the time. Oh, you know what's kind of funny? When you think about it, I'm literally 24 ranking these songs in that same age group. Anyways, I digress. But because One Fine Day was like by the Chiffons like in 60 to 63. I cannot remember. I know all these came out in the 60s, all these songs that they sang. So Karen was literally a teenager when these songs came out herself. So literally getting to sing songs that she probably went around the house singing, roller skating to. I don't know what she would have done. Maybe playing baseball too. I don't know. But number 1 is One Fine Day for me. Now number 2 is their cover of the Beach Boys, Fun, Fun, Fun. I don't think enough people talk about how good or a decent a voice Richard had, to be honest. Of course, he was more like overdub the background vocals, overdubbing with Karen on most of the songs, but he did have a couple of like other leads throughout their career that were really good. Like I Kept on Loving You. Piano Picker is kind of like a fun like little song that they turned into like part of their live show for 76. That can be another video if you guys are really enjoying the Carpenters content. But I think Fun, Fun, Fun just really shows a different side of Richard and not so serious Richard, because I feel like Richard was always considered like more of a serious perfectionist, just from my observation. But Fun, Fun, Fun's at number 2. Number 3 is their version of Skeeter Davis's The End of the World. I think Karen absolutely slayed the vocals on this one. It comes from a place of like 14-year-old me where I was just like wanting to belt this song out because I mean, had I seen The End of the World, had I been in love yet or have I fallen in love yet? No. I just loved her vocals and her passion in the song. Now, number 4 is a song that I think, and no offense, Shelley Fabre, I think they did better, or I just like the arrangement better that Richard came up with. It is Johnny Angel. I love this one so much. I wish it had been like a full-length cover, and I'm pretty sure they probably did like a little bit longer covers during their live shows in 73 and 74. There is a live version that somehow ended up on Spotify, and I know it's been floating around on YouTube for a while. I think it's from like their Live Japan album, which was not released in the US. So I'm very lucky to have been blessed to hear it via YouTube and Spotify. But Johnny Angel, I just love the way she sings it. And then at number 5 is their cover of Do Run Run. Was it the Crystals that originally sang this? I'm trying to remember. I should have remember and research because like this song I literally will put it on and I could listen to it over and over and over. Do Run Run, hearing it from Karen's vocals, like you can tell, like I said before, she had so much fun, and I think she also did most of the drumming on this album if I can remember correctly. Does it say on here? So that's probably also why, because it was mostly like, yep, she did all the drumming on here. I couldn't remember, and I thought I remembered correctly. Can you guys read that? Pause. Okay. So she did all the drumming on here, so you can tell, like, between singing and getting to play the drums, she was in her element. So I love to do Run Run. Now, number 6 is Richard. The Night Has 1,000 Eyes. I believe Bobby Vinton originally sang this song. I'm trying to remember. I know, and I think they even say it, like, actually on the actual album track. Like, it's, like, this version of Bobby Vinton's. And I think that's what Tony says, because he's the DJ on here. But really, like, I can't say more than anything good, but like Richard's singing on this album was really fun too. I think this was probably their most fun and relaxing album because they, of course, love the oldies. So I feel like this was the time for them to shine. And then, of course, unfortunately, like shortly after this was like they were hitting their peak, and then of course their personal issues, too much touring, etc. So you can tell like this was like their most fun, solid album that they had done up until this point. Number 7 is their version of Our Day Will Come. I love this song. I just feel like, of course, because like literally I only have 2 more songs to talk about. It's not one I would be like, oh, I have to listen to that all the time. Karen's vocals were absolutely amazing, stellar. Love her singing on this version of this cover. But I just feel like because it's like a lower, slower tempo of a song, I just wouldn't pick it. And then number 8 is Dead Man's Curve. Um, Again, this song Richard did. So they went back and forth basically throughout the whole like medley part of it, singing. So this one I feel like really shows off his like I want to say silly side. Somebody could correct me, because the way it's like, oh, like you can hear it like on the part, it's like started to swear over the side of the jagged side of the curve. That would not be something you would feel like Richard would come out and like be able to like perform for me personally, just because he came off so serious in most of the Carpenter videos I've seen. And then at number 9, it's nothing wrong with this. I prefer the full version of the song because it's literally number 1. It is the reprise of Yesterday Once More, where it's just like Karen's vocals and Richard like isolated, like going so fine, shoopy doopy, so fine, to end the medley. Nothing wrong with it. It's just like I think it's like maybe a minute, if at all, to end the album. But that is me ranking the Now and Then album. I have been dying to do this video since I was probably like 14 or 15. If you made it this far in this video, thank you guys so much for watching this new video on my channel. If you guys are really interested in this Carpenters content, give us a big thumbs up. I will always be forever grateful for my mom literally ordering that Publishers Clearinghouse CD back in 2015 and us starting to jam to it, because without that moment, defining moment in my life, I would not be sitting here a decade later talking about the Carpenters. Like there are like the modern day, I don't know if anybody of my sister duo is from the modern day, somebody from modern day, like I do them. I wish it was Yesterday Once More, no pun intended. I feel like I don't talk about them enough, when this is the reason why I fell in love with the 70s. Like, as much as I love ABBA and the Bee Gees and Andy Gibb and everybody else from the 70s, Bay City Rollers, the Carpenters were my defining 70s moment that literally spiraled into this beautiful, beautiful collection of stuff that I have by two of the most amazing people from the 70s. I'll catch you guys in one of my next videos, hopefully soon. Love you, bye!